Talk of the day gone by, November draws to a close with the Nifty managing actually a 38 point gain for itself, and that's thanks to the fact that banks decided to cut the losses. Earlier in the afternoon, we had a bit of a wobble on the bank Nifty, but that picture is looking more stable. Just 55 down on the Nifty bank. That explains the move on the index as well. Anyway, since we've got gains, let's talk about the winners. Ultratech Cement is the leader on the Nifty today with a gain of almost 3%. HDFC Life comes in second position, 2.5% up. Auto stocks, we've been discussing this, of course, for a while now. Eicher Motors, M&M, Hero Moto, good gains between 2% to 3% on many of them. And the gainers also include a Bharti Airtel. That was up and about. On the banks, that's where the story started changing. You still have red, but not as much red anymore. That's pretty much how it played out. HDFC Bank is ending completely flat. ICICI Bank is now down just about 0.5%. And we're seeing some traction on an SBI as well. Still negative, no doubt about that, but not as bad as earlier. But otherwise, today it was TCS and Reliance. I think the big boys basically said we've done enough. We're taking a break today, and therefore some consolidation on the index.
Well, indeed, a few stocks actually that really spiked up towards the end of trade. Delta Corp, that one, in fact, the street senses that there is some relief that's come about. We have no confirmation on that. But for the time being, that one goes home with solid gains up close to around 8%. A few more notable movers in trade today. Navkar Corp. Last few days, I think Nimesh has been alerting us the street is expecting some corporate development. So that stock went home with big gains. Supreme Industries was up close to around, I think, 8% by the time it wound up. Genesis International, we had the management telling us that there's a big opportunity out there. We'll have to see how much of it plays out. So that one as well was up close to around 10%. Voltam Transformers, one of the big outperformers in the last few years. Well, that one as well popped up in trade. And SAT Industries, we normally don't talk about this stock, but it's come up as one of the top volume buzzers today. It had one of their subsidiaries listing a few days ago. And in fact, that stock as well goes on with something.
With Delta Corp, they're entering the real estate sector. I mean, the announcement came through that they are actually putting money into Peninsula land, about 100 crores. And,
but that's in personal capacity, I think. So that's Mr. Jaidev Modi's personal capacity.
I'm not sure. I think because the release came from Delta, and Delta and Peninsula Land are sort of forming a joint venture as well.
Okay.
Where they're putting in 250 crores as capital. Maybe the investment into Peninsula Land is in personal capacity.
Yes.
But the joint venture is, the release says Delta is now entering real estate. So,
that may be one of the
reasons. It could be perhaps a trigger for that very sharp move higher on Delta Corp. So 9%, 9.5% on that one stock. Well, 40 odd points higher. There's not gains to scoff at, especially given the size of moves we've seen recently, and the market's just kind of pushing up. We will, of course, wrap up on this edition of Closing Bell. It's goodbye from all of us here. Thank you very much for watching. There is more coming out on Markets Forward in just a bit from now.